Greetings. Hello. Welcome back to Golfology. I'm your host, Dan. And today we're going to talk about the truth about disc golf YouTubers. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it. As you saw, I was at the Disc Golf Expo, Northeast Disc Golf Expo, first one ever. And while I was there, I met a lot of people. Most of all, my friend Josh. He was with a couple other people. I think you might recognize the names. Robbie C and Jesse from Panda. Now, I'm not usually a person that advocates for themselves. I was always that kid at sleepovers that would rather just freeze the entire night than bother my friend or even worse, bother their mom for a blanket. So when I got up to them, block some wind real quick, I was at Maple Hill, just caught up to them, doing some drone work, trying to get some footage for the vlog, and happened to see them. So I was like, hey, what's up, Josh? And I just kind of wanted to chill, and hopefully they wouldn't kick me out of their little group, but hopefully they wouldn't get annoyed with me either. And without any hesitation, any asking, no formal questions, Jesse just comes up and hears like the resounding video, because I happen to be recording. I didn't ask Jesse for permission. Hopefully he doesn't get mad at this, because I always feel guilty recording people without their permission, yada yada. But here's the video of my first interaction with Jesse from Panda.
I'm Jesse, by the way.
Oh, I know.
What's your name?
I'm Dan.
Dan. Nice to meet you, bro.
Disc Golfology, if you ever see it.
Oh, cool.
Discology was taken.
Is that the bag?
Yeah.
Discology's the bag?
Discology's the bag.
Okay,
Disc
okay.
Golfology.
I assumed the bag wasn't you because you're wearing a sponge bag. So I assume you'd wear your own bag.
Yeah.
If you were.
I was hoping maybe they'll sponsor me.
When did you start the channel?
I've had the channel for like 12 years.
Okay.
But now I'm like, I want to do this. No
like
excuses.
You've had Golfology for 12 years?
No.
Okay.
No.
You just changed the name.
This year has been, or like the past calendar year. But
Nice. Very cool. How long have you been making videos since deciding to go back in?
2 months.
Okay.
Like this year.
Yeah.
Me and my wife are like, life's short. We can die anytime.
Yep.
Like, I'm not going to be the person that regrets their life when they're 55.
Yeah.
So, here we are. Just drove 5 hours from Philly.
Oh, nice.
Straight here.
Wow.
I'm assuming you left Colorado and then you're like leaving the snow and the cold and then a foot of snow.
I saw the weather. It's actually really I saw the weather. So the nice thing is this isn't like super unusual for me. So like I don't feel like I'm not getting my step out for it. I still feel like I'm getting it. But like there, like, I don't know when I have good foot.
I'm gonna go try to get his disc out of the water. I was super surprised when Jesse like talks in the same cadence, rhythm, and tone in person as he does in videos, because, you know, sometimes you think it's a persona or if they're just hamming it up for the camera, but it generally seemed like Jesse did not do that. So that was really cool and kind of off-putting at the same time. I made sure to tell him like 7 times how nice he was. He literally asked my name. I was like, Dan, and then he forgot it and said, it's Dan, right? I was like, yeah. And then he did it again, and I just was like, wow, this guy really wants to remember my name. Some schmuck he just met, but he's making a conscious effort to remember my name. It's just a very nice thing to do, and I made sure to tell him that, and he thought he was waiting for a punchline, and I was like, nah, man, just a compliment. Like, thanks for being so genuinely nice. So that was my experience with Jesse. On to Robbie C. Robbie C is exactly how you think he is. He is very outgoing, very much wants to enjoy life. I can tell that a lot of thought has gone behind that decision because he has a degree in philosophy. So I kind of mentioned some philosophy to him because I love philosophy. It was like a little behind the scenes, a little inside baseball. Like he was supposed to have a shipment and then there was a bunch of confusion. So he thought that the shipment got screwed up and wouldn't be in time. And watching him deal with that frustration talks a lot about a person. And he dealt with it very, very well, very normal. He was mad, but he didn't let it affect his mood, and he didn't let it affect his day. So this was during the middle of a round at Maple Hill with two other of the biggest, disc golf YouTubers and his good friends, and he didn't let it affect him. So that speaks a lot to a person. He does love dancing, I will say that. Here's some B-roll of him at the expo where he was enthusiastically talking to every single person that brought up a question about a disc, and he talked to them for hours. I mean hours. Literally on his feet for hours, just standing there talking to people about their bags, which sounds like a lot of fun on paper, but when you're actually on your feet for hours talking about plastic, it probably gets kind of annoying, but I didn't see him get mad or change his attitude at all. It's just nice and happy the whole time. And if you don't like his personality, that's fine. Right? He's goofy and he's outgoing. He likes dancing. Get over it. If you hate the guy for that, you really have some weird, dark problems that you should see a therapist for, because it's just weird. But that was my Robbie C moments and impressions. Moving on to the Nick and Matt show. Baba Ganoush.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I'm making it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitted for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. You second get,
I got to meet Matt from the Nick and Matt show, and he was super busy, so I didn't get to spend much time with him, but I did get interviewed on Judge That Disc Golfer, which is pretty sick. Hopefully that comes out today. I'm recording this on a Monday. He seems like a very nice person that generally wants to push the sport forward. It's funny because I have ADHD. So in my entire life, I've overshared during conversations. I either don't talk at all or I talk so much that I regret the conversation when I get home. And I feel like Matt's got a bit of that because he loves to talk, but sometimes you just want to give that context. So he'll end up giving too much context, and most people don't understand it, but I get it. So I feel like he's got a little bit of ADHD in him. But he just grinds, man. The setup at the Nick and Matt show was far more sophisticated than I thought. Far more sophisticated. I'm recording this with a wireless USB mic, and I think it sounds pretty good. And he had switchboards and way better than just USB audio. And I don't know, it was way more intense than I thought it would. But he really wants to make the best product he could possibly do, so he's going to spend the money to make the best product. And his kids were there. I think his wife was there. I didn't want to pry into his personal life or anything, but it's really nice to see your family support you and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed my time with Matt from Nick and Matt. I got to meet Stat Mando as well. He seemed genuinely passionate about what he does. And there's some people walking up on me, so I'm going to end this right now, but another positive review. And last but not least, Josh and Mikey. Now, Mikey, I didn't meet until after I met Josh. So, Josh I met freshman year of college, and then randomly saw him again on Reddit. And I was like, oh my God, it's Josh. He's doing YouTube for disc golf. I didn't even know he played disc golf. So like that, I went back down to Lynchburg to visit him. That was right when he first started. So he was giving me some lessons and was not booked up. And then he blew up. I am so proud of him and Overthrow. Him and Mikey make a great team. One loves editing, one loves coaching, and it is so cool to always run into them. And yeah, Josh is like very meek and humble and chill, and Mikey's very outgoing and tall and has these crazy, his fast twitch muscles are so funny because he just rips discs like 500 feet. So they're both very nice, doing field work. And I think you would be surprised at how quiet Josh really is in person. But it is really refreshing and somewhat jarring at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. I love them both, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for their channels. I really do think that disc golf YouTubers, the ones I've met so far, are pretty much exactly what you'd expect, honestly. And I love it that it's very authentic, because we live in a very unauthentic world. So when I see authenticity, it's jarring. So there's the video, the truth about disc golf YouTubers. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. This is Disc Golfology, and I will see you next time.